Hi guys, welcome to my channel. This is Jessie. This is the immersive English learning channel. Let's practice IELTS speaking English with me. Let's go. So in my video, I'm gonna talk part 2 and part 3 of IELTS speaking exam. So for part 2, I'm gonna give you one example, and also you can find the script underneath. For part 3, usually part 3 determines whether we can get a higher score or not. Although the examiner only give us like no more than 5 minutes to answer 3 to 5 questions. In my video, I'm gonna give you one example. And I will try to extend my answer for part 3 as much as I can, so as to give you more thoughts about how to answer part 3. Okay, let's go. And today's topic is to describe something you would like to study in the future. Okay, when we're talking about something that I want to learn in the future, off the top of my head is that I want to learn how to program. Probably I would like to start with Python, a beginner-friendly computer programming language, which is easier for me to pick up. So probably I'd like to learn this online because there are thousands of online courses that are already available, which would cover everything from those basic language skills to data structure, even to complex algorithms as well. And those courses are already organized, with readily assignments to strengthen my understanding and make all those courses digestible. Meanwhile, I can also get access to some tutorial courses on YouTube as well, as there are a lot of, totally free tutorial courses online, and it was more like supplementary materials for me to satisfy my curiosity to some extent as well. So definitely, I feel like learning programming is not an easy task for me because somehow I have to learn this from scratch. Besides, programming itself was quite difficult as well. I think the primary reason why programming can be very difficult is mainly due to the complexity of instruction that computer comprehend. So somehow we cannot give computer any instruction in English or in any other human language at all. We have to use a language, specific type of language that a computer understand. That is the computer programming language. So somehow for those learners that they have to learn and understand a wide range of vocabularies of computer programming language. So somehow that would be not easy. Just imagine you start to learn a new language. You definitely have to spend a lot of time, and it was not a kind of easy task at all. And especially, for those people like me that I don't have any technological background, or I don't have any basic knowledge about those fundamental computer programming such as C++, something like that. That was quite difficult for me to learn. Besides, it is hard to understand and use those logic statements as well, especially for those learners like me that cannot get used to work with very complex and abstract concepts, might have trouble grasping those ideas to some extent as well. And somehow, my academic background is more to do with art instead of science, and I didn't learn very advanced mathematics, something like that. So somehow, if we want to comprehend the computer programming language easily, sometimes you have to be equipped with advanced mathematics to some extent, so as to understand the thread of thoughts in computer programming language. Well, meanwhile, learning programming also requires learners, to dedicate the required time. For example, 3 to 4 months, for you to learn the basic skills in programming, even 1 to 2 years, to get a hang of this skill to some extent as well. So this is definitely not that easy. And somehow learners have to endure, the possible tedious and long-term commitments, and which means that definitely the fortitude and perseverance plays a really important role in this as well. Somehow, if you ask me the reason why I want to learn programming, probably I think it's not something to do with my career change. I still want to stick to my current career because somehow I just feel like changing career definitely means that you have to have more opportunity costs, something like that. Even though I don't want to change my career, I still feel like I have a sense of a crisis in my heart that one day, even in the foreseeable future, we will be replaced by robots or artificial intelligence. So in our industry, the auditing accounting industries, it is like a really mechanic and repetitive industry. In decades ago, the manual bookkeeping has been replaced by accounting system. This is majorly due to the popularity of computerization. And some people that don't know how to master a computer has been already ostracized by the society right now. So right now, somehow we are standing at the intersection of the new era well, there is a lot of technology booming, and right now in this era, we have even come across, the expected technology singularity that is something to do with machine learning, the artificial intelligence, such as the well-known app ChatGPT or something like that. If we don't have any knowledge related to how to use ChatGPT, how to just do some basic coding programming. I just feel like in the foreseeable future, I will be replaced, even become obsolete. So I just feel like it's necessary that we have to learn something related to this area. It is better, to combine programming coding with our current major or the qualification so as, to improve our competitive edge in the job market. Okay, that is my sharing. Thank you. Okay, for part 3, the question is, what is the most popular thing to learn nowadays? Well, actually, I think that right now there are miscellaneous things that people like to learn. Somehow it is based on people's preference, hobbies, the way of thinking, and their current mindset, something like that. So, for example, right now there are increasing number of people, pay much attention to a healthier lifestyle and a better physical appearance. Especially in the post-pandemic era, somehow people have survived, pay their due, through the COVID-19 era. Many people start, to find that they're quite big on doing all kinds of exercises as they get used to, to the change in lifestyle since many of them, start to work from home right now. And also, many people just want to boost their body immunity system so as to reduce the potential risk of getting infected by virus or something like that. You can see that many people start to learn like the weight training, aerobics, sports climbing, rock climbing, some water sports like surfing or skateboarding or something like that. And many people start to learn Pilates, yoga classes, and also, definitely many ladies and like to learn something to do with bakery and cooking. So they tend to attend those cooking courses, both online and in those face-to-face classes and something like that. Because right now people pay much attention to a well-balanced light diet, so somehow they tend to cook their food at home by themselves instead of eating takeaways or dining outside or something like that. So I had to say that somehow the pandemic tremendously changed people's attitudes towards almost everything. So nowadays, an increasing number of people start to learn those things probably in the past never even considered about doing that. So, and also for those people that concentrate on their career development, they tend to learn something like the artificial intelligence, coding, programming, cloud computing, a blockchain, or they start to learn some apps or the tools that are related to artificial intelligence, such as ChatGPT or something like that. They want to utilize all those tools and apps to facilitate their efficiency in working and make them more comparable in the job market. Because some people are just afraid that if they cannot keep up to date with the latest technology, they will become obsolete in the job market. They will lose their touch to some extent. Just like those people that fail to learn how to operate the computer, will be ostracized by the society. So many people start, to learn something related to programming coding. Even though, for those people, they don't major in computer technology or don't have any technological background, they want to combine their qualification with, the statistics, quantitative analysis, or some computer coding, this kind of STEM disciplines together so as, to increase their competitive edge in the market. This is kind of popular areas that so many people would like to learn nowadays. And definitely, learning English still remains as one of the most popular subjects right now because somehow English is the most pervasively used language and is one of the most used language around the world. So for those people that their mother tongue is not English, they are still, trying to practice and learn English because being sufficient in English could definitely increase their competitive edge in the job market. And they're gonna be able to find a better job, have more career opportunities. They're gonna access, to a bigger world. So somehow this is definitely an area that people always would like to learn in the past, nowadays, and in the foreseeable future. Okay, this is the end of my video. If you like my video, please thumb up. If you have any comments or questions, you are really welcome to leave a message. If you want to get to know more about IELTS speaking exam, please subscribe me and ring the bell. You will never miss my updates. Thank you. Bye.